The fourth resource that I have chosen to use for our assignment in Module 15, the 5 new technologies, is tv411.org. This is a learning site that is dedicated to adult basic education and some of the concepts pertaining to that, as well as to basic skills in the content areas that are tested on the GED exams. This is a resource that is free, that you do not have to register for to utilize. However, if you do want to keep track of any lessons you've done, as well as any of the videos that you've watched, it is suggested that you do register. I have registered as a teacher on this site because it allows me then to share specific links to videos with my students, as well as kind of track their progress through them. A lot of our students who are participating in our hybrid program, where they can come in a couple days a week and work on any concepts that they're struggling with us as instructors, but primarily do a lot of their work from our online learning program at home. This is something that I use with them quite a bit. If there's something that's a concept I know they're struggling with, maybe in math or science, then there are some very good videos here that I can just email right to them and then track and monitor and see whether they watch the video, as well as I can give them some supplemental work on this to see, to just give them a little extra practice. And one of my favorite things about this is that it offers the students real world applications of what they're working on in our class. Frequently, especially when we're working on our units in algebra and geometry, so much of what we do is really focused on here is what's on the test, here's what you have to know for it, but we don't always take the time to show our students how what they're learning applies to the real world. Some of them get it because they've got a lot of work experience, potentially in the field of construction, so they understand how important the concepts of knowing the formula for area are, or knowing a lot of the different measurement values. So some do, some don't. One of the things I really like about this site, though, is it allows the students to watch videos about those concepts that we've been working on, and allows them to see how it's applied. Here's places where you might use this. Here's kind of a different take on what we've been working on and how it's applied. This really does help reinforce our lessons. It lets our students know that, yes, these are pieces of information or formulas that you may actually use at some point in the real world. This is also a good tool to share with colleagues. It can be utilized, as you can see, there is information in every single one of the content areas. It doesn't just have videos on it, it also has got lessons that you can use with your students. It's got, and as well as the videos, it's got articles that pertain to a lot of what we might be working on. Specific areas that might take us beyond just GED preparation, but into the world of adult basic education skills, which they not only get through us, but through the Workforce Center as well when they complete the Career Ready programs. So these help them understand a little bit more about what's being referenced when they work on that. So it really is just a good resource for not just covering GED preparation, but for some of those basic knowledge and working skills that our students hopefully will leave our program with. The IST standards that I believe this most closely aligns with would be IST Standard for Educators 4A, that educators dedicate planning time to collaborate with colleagues to create authentic learning experiences that leverage technology. I know I have used this frequently. I have shared this with our program coordinator, as well as with some of the other adult basic education teachers who work throughout the state. And I know that many of us utilize this if we have a specific lesson that we like to use with one of the videos, or that we may have found how we could, a new way we could incorporate this, then we're always quick to share that with our other colleagues so that the students can benefit from that. The second IST standard that this applies to would be for students, and that is 3D. Students build knowledge by actively exploring real-world issues and problems, developing ideas and theories, and pursuing answers and solutions. And so much of what is on this site helps our students to apply some of what they've learned with us to scaffold upon their skills to see how it applies to the real world. They can complete those web lessons, look at the videos, print information, for example, when they're working on writing their essays. There's information on here that'll help you specifically with writing. So it's something that they've been able to use and grow and expand their knowledge with to help them solve some of the real world issues that they may be dealing with.